Welcome to our virtual public meeting for the Rural 2025 to 2028 Transportation Improvement Program for the Pharr District. Today, we will go over the counties in the Pharr District and all the roads under the district's care. We will also review the basic of what is the Rural TIP and why it's important for you to be here with us today. We will explain how the projects included in the program are selected and classified in order to make the most of the program. Once you understand all of this, you will have the opportunity to review all the projects the Pharr District has included in the 2025 to 2028 program, both the big projects and the small supporting projects. We will also go over funding, answering questions on where does the money to pay for these projects come from and how it gets distributed. Lastly, we will outline all the options you have to comment on these projects and their priority. As part of our Safety Minute, we'd like to ask you to help us in the effort to end the streak of daily deaths on Texas roadways. In a joint effort, we can accomplish this goal. November 7, 2000 was the last deathless day on Texas roads. Last November 7, Texas marked 23 years of daily deaths on our roadways, with more than 75,000 innocent lives lost to preventable fatal crashes. During the pandemic, when traffic dropped nearly 50%, the death rate climbed to more than 11 a day, making 2021 the year with the highest mortality rate. Together, let's end the streak of daily deaths and make our roads and fellow drivers safe. The Pharr District includes all of the counties shown on this map: Zapata, Jim Hogg, Brooks, Kenedy, Starr, Hidalgo, Willacy, and Cameron County. The rural TIP boundary would include the counties of Zapata, Jim Hogg, Brooks, Kenedy, Willacy, and a portion of Starr. Projects included in the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP are located in Kenedy and Zapata counties. The Rural Transportation Improvement Program is a list of projects to be funded in a TxDOT District over the next 4 years. This means that all projects included in the list are expected to be underway within 4 years following its approval. These are the changes you can expect to go to contract in the near future. It is a multimodal, which means that it can include projects related to highways, bicycle and pedestrian facilities, transit services, and freight projects, as well as preliminary studies used to define those projects. Rural TIP is meant to show regional agreement on the need and priority of a transportation project so all parties involved can be sure they are making the best investment for the community. It is also expected to be consistent with the projects and objectives included in the regional long-range transportation plans to ensure that all agencies are working toward the same goal. The Rural TIP is part of the Statewide Transportation Improvement Program, or STIP. Because the program rules are established by federal law, no project can receive federal funding unless it is listed in the Rural TIP. It is important for you to participate because funding secured by this process is intended to address your community's most immediate needs. By providing comments on the priority of the projects included, you are helping us identify regional priorities. By reviewing the entire program in a single meeting, you are having a regional impact, helping us be more effective with your money, and ensuring that we are investing where we should. Rural transportation organizations, metropolitan planning organizations, and local governments are responsible for selecting projects within their boundaries. TxDOT, through the district office, is responsible for selecting all projects related to the state transportation system and other national roadways. This includes interstates, state and U.S. highways, but most importantly, this can also include the farm-to-market and ranch-to-market roads you use every day. The projects you will review today should respond to local needs. It is our responsibility to provide you with the opportunity to provide input on which projects should be advanced. This map shows a project in Kenedy County added as part of the 2025-2028 Rural TIP. The project is on US 77 highway from 11.40 miles north of Nordias Road to 9.6 miles north of Nordias Road. And the plan is to construct main lanes and overpasses as part of the future I-69 corridor. Currently, this project is scheduled for fiscal year 2025 for an estimated cost of $37,044,244. This map shows a project in Kenedy County being added as part of the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP. The project is on US 77 from 6.33 miles north of Norias Road to 1.46 miles north of Norias Road, and the plan is to construct main lanes and overpasses as part of the future I-69 corridor. Currently, the project is scheduled for fiscal year 2025 for an estimated cost of $125,331,932. This map shows the project in Zapata County being added as part of the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP. The project is on U.S. Highway 83, 3.685 miles south of FM 3169 to 9.723 miles south of FM 3169, and the plan is to widen from 2 lanes undivided to 4 lanes. Currently, this project is scheduled for fiscal year 2028 for an estimated cost of $63,280,000. The map shows the location of the projects we just reviewed in the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP for Kenedy and Zapata Counties. This gives you a better idea as to where the projects are located in our district. The table shows you the details of the projects we just reviewed in the 2025 to 2028 Rural TIP for Kenedy and Zapata Counties. The 3 projects being added are an estimated total of $225,656,176. The Rural TIP functions as a budget list for the district. As such, it is fiscally constrained. Like the budget of a household, the Rural TIP has to be realistic about the amount of money available to cover all the needs. Frequently, we identify more improvements than we have money to implement. This means prioritizing according to those items that are most necessary. We've discussed the list, but where is the money coming from? Funds can come from 3 main sources. The federal government, through the establishment of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. The federal government allocates these funds through the processes established by the Federal Highway and Transit Administrations. TxDOT, like the federal government, also allocates a section of our budget for those projects through the Unified Transportation Program's 12 funding categories. And the local governments. Once a need has been identified and the amount of federal monies has been defined, the Rural TIP helps local governments assess the funding requirements to match those of the federal and state government and their capacity to meet them. In the Rural TIP process, you are currently in the community input part of the timeline where public involvement efforts are a big part of the Rural TIP. After this, there are 2 more steps left. The TxDOT Pharr District gives you one final review of the projects before integrating them into the statewide TIP. With funding identified and secured, the project can move forward to completion. Now that you are familiar with the program, we want to hear what you think. Go ahead and fill out a comment card and mail it back to us at the address on the screen. You can also email your comments to dora.robles@txdot.gov. Comments must be postmarked or otherwise received by June 5th of 2024. Please make sure to send your comments before that date. If after today you would like more information or have any other questions, feel free to reach out or visit the district webpage for updates. Remember, you can also forward the information if you wish to share with your friends or family. Just remind them to make sure they can listen to the presentation and send any comments they may have before June 5th of 2024. Thank you for your time and drive safely.